Okay, so this is going to be a really short video, but it is 2:53 right now, so by the time I finish the video, it's going to be 3 a.m., and then I'm probably going to curl up and finish. What am I watching right now, anyways? End Day, which is like an end of the world movie, which is also where today's video topic is going. And yes, I've smoked a lot of weed because it is 3 a.m. And I was gonna record earlier and get up and do stuff, but I just wanted to spend the day in bed. So I laid there in bed for like the whole morning until probably about, I don't even know, but I got up and then I went to work and I ended up with 4 clients today. And I worked from 2 to 8:30, and then I came home and I edited and I uploaded videos, and then I watched some YouTube, and I started watching a movie on Netflix, and I was like, I still need to record today. And then I've also been watching a lot of like disaster stuff. I watched a lot of those tonight, and then I went to Netflix and I'm watching this like, I don't know, like End Day. So it's like an end of the world day. And one of the videos in What If, this is totally probably a rough video and I'm sorry for that, but like I'm also probably at this point maybe like 2 grams in, maybe like 1.5 grams. I've had about 3. I busted up, no, I'd say I busted up about 4 sessions tonight. It's been a long night, okay? But rare. Anyways, so where was I going with that? End Day. Tsunami. Tsunami. Yes. So I always thought, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I've actually mentioned them in videos before, but I mentioned, like, you know how I've mentioned, like, the dam breaking and, like, tornadoes are coming, and, like, I have a little bit of a fear for the weather. And not so much of fear, just a respect, I guess, technically, that it could fuck us up crazily if it wanted to. Mother Nature could come and be like, you know what, bitch, fuck yourself. And then just, like, bury us all in water. So, like, I always figured I was kind of, like, safe here. Because, like, you have BC, like, on the west coast. And there's, like, BC, where there's the fault line and the Earth's crust or whatever, where it can just, like, if a major earthquake happened and whatnot, it would just, like, slide on into the ocean. Yeah. So, like, I mean, I would like to go to BC, but I would like to also not fall into the ocean. So I'm kind of like, if I ever have the funds to live in BC, would I? But I really don't know. Because, like, that's a thing. But now apparently there's a fucking mega tsunami that can come hit the East Coast. So, like, I'm not safe on this side of I'm not of the ocean. It's not the ocean. We don't live in the ocean. We live on Canada. The ocean surrounds us on either side. Rawr. But, like, rawr. And then, like, you move from further inland and you have, like, tornadoes all over the place. So, like, that's a thing, too. I don't know if you have tornadoes in, like, the prairie provinces, but I know you have tornadoes. I'm pretty sure you probably have tornadoes in the prairie provinces. Actually, let's Google that. See, originally I was going to use Yellowstone, but if Yellowstone erupts, then we're all just fucking dead. So, like, I mean, maybe not a right away. Like, over here, you might survive for, like, a little bit if Yellowstone erupted, but in the end, I'm pretty sure most of the population would be fucked and dead if Yellowstone erupted. So, like, I'm not going to use that for the middle of Canada. So I'm like, how much tornadoes hit Canada? See, I was going to research it and do all this stuff, but, like, I don't know much about BC slipping into the ocean, actually. I just know that there's, like, a fault line, and, like, if there was an earthquake, it would just, like, slip into the ocean, like in the movies. So, like, kind of makes me not want to live in BC, but I also would love to live in BC at the same time. So I guess it's like a pick your battles. And what about, like, Vancouver Island? I mean, if, like, the whole west side of Canada just kind of plopped into the ocean, I think Vancouver Island would be put underwater for a bit. But, like, when, no, because, like, it would be in the ocean and like the water levels would rise too. So like, would we be fucked over here anyways? Because the water levels would rise because there'd be a whole bunch of like earth displacement. So like, would I even still be safe over here? I got a river like 7-8 blocks down the road. So like, if the earth just kind of like put more earth in the ocean and the ocean went up, I'm pretty sure the river would raise. But how much would the river raise though? Wouldn't I notice it very much here? I mean, I'd notice it happening because it would probably be all over the news, but like, would I notice it from like the water levels rising? That is a question I don't know the answer to, but that is a good question. So rar. And where was I going with that? So yeah, BC slipping into the ocean. That's on that side of the Canada province, North America, because I guess it's not just BC, like that side of the states would slip too. But how much tornadoes in Canada? Everything you need to know about weather. Ooh, this looks good. The Weather Network. Oh, it's a video. I don't want a video. I thought that was a cough at first, but it turned out to be a yawn. There's the cough. I know tornadoes can occur. Generally speaking, when you mention tornadoes in Canada, we don't get a clear-cut image about where tornadoes prone zone are in our vast country. Okay, so yeah, there are tornadoes in the prairie, and there are tornadoes in Ontario, but there's no, like, zone, I guess, because there's no central tornado database across Canada, as it was split amongst various regions of Canada, prairies, Ontario, etc. Canada gets 62 verified tornadoes per year. Saskatchewan has the highest per province with about 18, followed by Alberta with an average of 15 tornadoes, then Ontario with an average of 12 to 13 tornadoes each year. Okay, so it's mostly like Saskatchewan, Alberta, Ontario. I'm not sure about Manitoba, but you never know. So maybe Manitoba's like a safe place to go. But you'd be fucked for Yellowstone, so rawr. Anyways, though, that was all from the Weather Network. So what is this mega wave that I'm talking about hitting the East Coast and, like, taking me out? Well, not just me, but, like, everyone here. But, like, I kind of felt that I was safe on this side of Canada, and now I'm like, oh, no, you know what? If, like, this volcano fucking erupts, then it's gonna, like, cause a landslide that's gonna, like, land in the ocean and, like, bye. So, rar. But La Palma volcano would trigger, if it erupted, it would trigger a mega tsunami that would reach UK and engulf Europe. And then, like, also come over to the east coast of Canada and the States. So yeah, beside the Canary Islands, there is a volcano called La Palma. And if there was, like, a super big earthquake or something like that, or, like, it erupted, it could, like, cause a bunch of, like, rocks to tumble in and just, like, fall into the water. And I'm sure, as we all know by the movies, what happens then. So, like, here comes a wave and, like, bam. But we have, like, 8 hours. So, like, that's a thing. And I'm reading an article here, and I'll link the article down in the description. But the article says that, where was it? That the waves would hit about 8 hours later, and they would be about 130 to 160 feet high and would travel 12 miles inland. I don't know how much a mile is in a kilometer. Miles to kilometers, that's the next thing I'm Googling. Maps and driving. I don't want maps and driving, I just want to know how much 1 mile is to 1 kilometer. Not miles to yards, miles to kilometers. Rawr. Miles is 176 yards. Cool. How much is it in a kilometer? Kilometers is the equivalent unit of the metric system of a... Yes, I know it's 1,000 meters. Is equivalent to 1.6214 miles. Okay. Thank you. So, yeah. 12 miles would be 19.31 kilometers inland. Which doesn't actually seem that far, really. So would that even... Yeah, because, like, it's hitting New York in the movies, so... I don't know if that would even hit us then. So, like, what does this mean, though? Like, 'cause it's, like, this big... It's a huge wave. Like, if it's 100... How much... Like, I'm 5'5", so if it's 130 to 100, like, that's a lot on me. And it said it was traveling at how fast? The initial wave would be almost 3,000 feet high and several miles wide, hurtling towards the U.S. East Coast at speeds of 800 kilometers per hour, 500 miles per hour. About 8 hours later, waves of... traveling waves of 130 to 160 feet would be smashing into the U.S. East Coast, traveling up to 12 miles inland. But, like, that's not very far inland, though. And that's a big wave. That hurts my brain. That doesn't make sense. Like, rawr. I don't know, maybe I don't know. I don't know. I just want to know how much... 12 miles is still 19.31 kilometers, so, like, that's not even half a city. But that's a huge wave. I don't know how this shit works, but I really should go to bed. But now I have something else to worry about, because, like, there's a huge wave that may or may not happen, that may or may not reach me, that may or may not kill me. So, like, I'm not safe anywhere in Canada. If I go to BC, the earth could, like, slip out from under me and I'll fall into the ocean. If I go into the middle of Canada, I'm gonna be attacked by tornadoes. If I stay here, I'm gonna be hit by a flood. Rawr. I mean, I know you can't escape Mother Nature, but, like, I just want to be in, like, a place where, like, no natural disasters are gonna occur. I'm trying to close my dresser there, but I really should go to bed. But I'm kind of hungry. I'm not hungry, I just have the munchies. I want pop. Drink some water. I'll drink some water. I'll have some cheese. And then I'll finish my End of the World movie to put me off to good dreams tonight. And it's 3:13. I kind of want to rant for another 20 minutes so I can have it be 3:33 and I can end it with triple threats of threes. That would be pretty cool. But we're going to end it with a triple threat of 3 ways Canada can face natural disasters. You know, on the west side, you could slip into the ocean. On the east side, the ocean could come up onto Canada and swallow you up. Or in the middle, you know, the air can just suck you up into the air and chuck you back down to the earth. So, yeah, that's my triple threat for the day. Oh, weather. not very positive video, but I think the overall message here is respect the environment because it can fuck you up. And be wary. And like, yeah. I don't know. So, I'm gonna end it here, and I guess if you've enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button down below, and why not comment something to make it a triple threat. My triple threat is, I stated as 3 different ways you could potentially bite it in Canada, which is not positive at all, so sorry, but there's really nothing you can do to avoid it, but like, anyways, before I ramble on anymore, I'm gonna end it here, and I'll see you whenever I upload today's video.